All right. So thanks again for joining us today for Express Your Authentic Self, the webinar. My name is Ryan Kempt. I'm a business energetics and brand guide. And
my name's Al, an empowerment and embodiment coach.
And so today we're going to mix theory and also an exercise or two in there so you can really, truly, oh, there's Tasha. So that you can really experience what it means to get in touch with yourself, and then also different ways that you can express your authentic self. The journey of aligning your purpose with your expression, empowering you to live authentically and fully. So we're going to really relate it to your purpose today. There's so many different avenues we can go into when it's expressing yourself, as you know. So we're going to focus on purpose. As I mentioned, my name is Ryan. I'm a business energetics and brand guide. A little bit about my story with expression. I really remember being a silly kid, but along the way became super shy. I actually failed grade 10 English because I wouldn't do my public speaking assignment. And then again, it happened in college almost. And I really found out during that time that it was not just like anxiety, but it was a limiting belief I had around using my voice. In my family growing up, just a little bit personal story. In my family growing up, we did not like confrontation. I don't know if you can relate to that at all, but we did not like confrontation. And so I didn't realize the importance of using your voice, whether it be big or small. But then fast forward, I ended up doing a speech for youth mental health. And so when it came to something I really cared about and something that was super important, I said, hey, why not? I want to be on stages. And I fought that fear, and I felt the fear, and I did it anyways in front of 500 people. It was really nerve-wracking, but I realized that it was something I truly wanted to do. And thanks to social media, I'm able to, and like webinars, and I am now able to express myself more online and then translate those skills into in person more so. But yeah, that's a little bit about my story and using my voice and expression.
Thanks, Roy. Yeah, I'm Al, short for Alister. The journey of my expression has been, I wouldn't say a weird one, but I was always a shy kid. And up until I was about 16, really, I was quite shy. And then I overcame that and finally started dating. And that was that was what pushed me through then, was on the dating scene. And then, fast forward to when I started my first corporate job, the shyness came up again massively when I was on this, I think, a month-long training. And it was like I'd gone right back into my cave. But I was more conscious of it this time, more aware. And it took me a while to come out of that. And then most recently, I've really been focused on the last 2 years, finding my purpose, which has then helped me step into more of a prominent leadership position and using my voice more. So that's been a journey. I've been experimenting with using my voice in different formats, started writing, blogging, podcasting. We have a podcast together called The Universe is Ours. And just been on a big journey since I found my purpose to actually authentically express myself. So excited to share some of the tools and techniques that I've learned with you today. Thank you.
Beautiful. So the agenda today, we're going to do some introductions and welcomes, understanding purpose. Then we'll do some purpose setting, understanding self-expression, and then expressing your authentic self. And we have room at the end for a Q&A.
Yeah, we do have a lot of content today, but we'll send out the slides afterwards, and you can use the exercises to continue on afterwards if we don't get through them all.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've heard from everyone where you're from. Tasha, we missed you. So if you want to put in the chat where you're from, that'd be lovely. And what do you hope to get out of today's webinar? You can share vocally or in the chat. Would love to hear. Does anyone want to go first?
I think I just want to learn more and kind of do different things with my life. I feel like I've been kind of stagnant at the moment, so I just kind of any opportunity to expand my knowledge and kind of gain more confidence and whatnot.
Nice, thank you. Hopefully you'll definitely get something today.
Yeah.
Tasha says, I just woke up, so no camera today. I live in West Vancouver. Happy to have you.
I'll go next. My name's Tess. I live near Vancouver, like Surrey area. But I also feel like I'm kind of stagnant. I just started a second job as a support worker, and I'm an education assistant as well. So just like finding a way to become my authentic self outside of my career, possibly. I don't really know. Does that make sense?
100%. You're in the right place.
Thank you.
All right. I'm Prakhar. I'm here in Barcelona. The reason I'm here is, I mean, a couple of months back, I have been just feeling a little emptiness and a little. I want to walk towards finding the purpose of my life, like why am I here, what I want to do, and so yeah, just being authentic to myself.
Beautiful. Thanks for sharing. Dear Tasha, do you want to share what you hope to get out of today's webinar? I was going to say this.
Yeah, I'll just say that I'd like to, just sort of be able to share my authentic self to strangers and maybe, make, new contacts, new friends.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it really. Yeah.
Great, thanks.
We can have a virtual Yorkshire tea anytime. Maybe in person one day when I'm back in the UK.
As Tasha says, I do feel that I live and work very aligned with my purpose and authenticity. So I'm looking to see where my blind spots are. Humble me! ! I also want to support Al and Rye. Oh,
Thanks,
so
Tasha.
sweet. Thanks. Yeah, so it sounds like everyone brought up a really good point. There is being authentic with yourself and then being authentic in your job or finding ways to express yourself with your friends. And there's so many different relationships and dynamics with yourself, others, and beyond that knowing who you truly are by yourself and with yourself and how you can relay that in different areas of your life. And so we hope today that you get that out of the webinar and are able to use that in all different areas. Something that's coming up for me right now is, there's a different persona for different people that you're with. And is it the goal to be the same person with everyone, or wearing different hats is okay, and figuring that out and what feels true and authentic to yourself? Anything you want to ask? Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, so understanding purpose.
So understanding purpose, there's an approach I use. I'm a coach and I coach people through this, and it worked for me and I've seen it work for others. So the first layer right at the bottom is establishing your values. Your values are your inner compass and they basically guide your day-to-day decisions. And then stacking on top of that is curiosity. So what are you really curious about, deeply curious about? So going back to when you were a child, like what were you curious about the most? What were you into? And And then the next layer that's stacked on top of that is problems. So the first two are very much intrinsic motivators of like deep within, and then the problem layer is around starting to go outwards. So starting to authentically express outwards that purpose. So what problem do you want to see solved in the world? And basically the final step in this discover your purpose process is combining all of those things, which are your deep intrinsic motivators, and so understanding that they make up this purpose statement and creating a statement that you can direct your whole life towards, and knowing that it resonates deep within your core because you've done this process to find your values, curiosities, and problems, means that it may change over time, but not in terms of direction. It's more like it starts from big and gets like closer and closer in terms of more focused. And yeah, it's been very beneficial. And we will do a brief exercise today where you get to experience this a bit. Which is this. So purpose setting. This will be your first exercise. I will give examples as we go throughout, and like I say, dependent on time, we might skip the last couple of steps, but we'll send these afterwards, and you can carry on. So, with the first layer was identifying your values. So right now, I'd like you to think about someone that you look up to, or that is your hero, and think about their character traits. And what is it about their character traits, their values that you like? So, for example, I put here leadership. You might like someone because they're really fun. And so I'd like you to just think about one person now and write one value. That's all I want you to do. And yeah, maybe have a couple of people share it as and when that comes through. And by the end of this whole exercise, we should have a version of your purpose statement, or a version of, like, it might not be the most glorified one, but yeah, in that direction. And feel free to share value whenever you get one, but you don't necessarily have to share the person unless you want to.
The first one I could think of is like humble. Like there's someone that I know and like he's famous, and just the way he speaks about his experiences, like he's never let it get to his head, and he appreciates the past that he had, and like he remembers where he comes from, and yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. Anyone else?
The person I'm thinking about, she's very open.
Oh, you're just gonna mute. You pushed mute by accident, I think. Something went pretty quick. I think it looked like you clicked something, or yeah.
Oh, is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. The person that I'm thinking about, she is very open and honest, educated. She's adventurous, outgoing, and she's consistent.
Nice. Which of those things you've listed stands out the most?
Probably adventurous.
Adventurous. Okay. Nice. Anyone else who wants to share before we move on to the next step?
Sure, I'll go next. I look up to a person called Ratan Tata. The values which I look into him are excellence, pioneering, responsible, and integrity.
And which one resonates with you the most?
Excellence.
Thanks. Okay. Nice. Thanks for sharing. Okay, moving. So right there, you've just done a micro. You've just done something micro in that bottom layer in terms of values. Some of the next steps might be to think about, and we won't do this now, but thinking about how you make that value actionable and apply it to yourself. So it might, for fun, for example, it might be I always have like focus on fun. For leadership, it might be I lead others, I lead myself, others, and beyond. So just trying to make them a bit more applicable to you rather than just a word. And so now we're going to focus on the second layer, which is curiosities. So a way of identifying a curiosity is to thinking about, it's a statement here. So if you could meet someone dead or alive, who would it be and what would you discuss? So for example, let's say you wanted to meet Elon Musk and you want to talk about how we could live on Mars. So that kind of thing. And I'll give you a couple of minutes now to think about, again, you don't have to share the person, but more like what would you discuss? But if you do have this person and you want to share, that's fine. You can do this too if you want. Or is this someone new?
Pardon? Yeah.
And welcome also SH. Sure. We're just in the middle of an exercise. Feel free to take part and join in. And if anyone has anything to share, we'll now give a minute or so for sharing. I know this is quite tough, by the way, especially with the time constraint. But again, you'll get these slides at the end so you can continue afterwards.
Can I just ask a question?
Yep.
For this number 2, is this for just any curiosity, or does this have to be connected to the thing we really want to achieve, like our number 1 purpose?
It can be anything. So your purpose is built up of curiosities. So you will have, and the ideal purpose statement would be something that encompasses the most of your curiosities, because it means you're going to be transitioning your life towards something that hits all of those curiosities. I mean, realistically, it's not going to hit all your curiosities, and so that's why you might have different things. But yeah, ideally, I would say. But okay, we haven't done the work to find the purpose yet. So, but if you've already got an
all right, yeah. I've already got my purpose.
Okay. There you go.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, anyone want to share before we move on?
I'll
you go.
All right. If I had a chance to meet someone, I would like to meet Buddha. And I would like to ask him how he can remain so calm in all situations, and how he can meditate and this, how can he believe in forgiveness all throughout? Just ask about wisdom. So many questions. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I think I'd have similar things.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay, I will move on now because conscious of time. And yeah, maybe I think we should skip over the next one.
I think give it to them.
Okay.
And then,
Yeah, so the next next layer is the problem. So identifying the problem. A really easy way to think of this high level is if you had a magic wand and you could change one thing, what would it be? And so for this example, I put climate change. It could be world poverty, stop all wars. And I'll just give you a minute or so for this one.
I have a problem I'd like to fix, but kind of, I feel like a lot of people are consciously and unconsciously suffering, and I feel like there's so much that has been normalized that we don't kind of take a second look to like reflect on, say, our behaviors and like how much we pass down to our children and stuff like that. And I just think I'd love for people to just be more aware, I guess, and to like look after themselves better, and so they can pass healthier coping mechanisms down to like next generations.
Amazing. So they tied to ancestral trauma and those sorts of things. Trauma and suffering. Thank you. Okay, I will move on. So I want you to take all that, so the value, the curiosity, and the problem, and I want you to have a go now at just creating a purpose statement. And this probably won't be your purpose statement, but it may be a version of it. And so, based on the examples I've given previously, it might look something like leading the drive to move to Mars in order to stop Earth's destruction. And that's because their value was leadership, and they did have fun too, but fun didn't make it in here. And the person they wanted to speak to was Elon Musk and talk about Mars. And then the third thing they were looking at was climate change. So this is how those three might combine into a purpose statement. And so if you just have, I'll just give you a couple of minutes now to have a shot or a stab at writing that. I know it can be hard. And it might not resonate 100%, but you can see how you can start to stack and merge these things together to create a purpose statement. Okay, would anyone like to share? Oh, here we go. Tasha said, my purpose is to provide people with resources, inspiration, empowerment, and connections to live a mindful, low to no impact and low to no harm lifestyle.
Mm.
Did you have that before the call, Tasha? And Prakar, leading and moving to excellence in whatever I do while staying calm, spiritual, generous, and forgiving. Great work.
Beautiful.
Thanks, you too. Not written out. Yeah. Okay. So I hope that helps you, Tasha, writing it down. Good stuff. Okay. So why have we been talking about purpose? I'm sure you're on an authentic self workshop. Why are we talking about purpose? So before we get into that, I'll hand over to Rai to talk about self-expression.
Yes. So understanding self-expression. So let's talk about what is self. We know we're human beings on earth, but we are also energy because everything is energy. And I would love to know in the chat from a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being not at all, 5 being an expert, what is your knowledge on the energy centers or chakras? Three, two. Oh, awesome. Thanks for sharing your purpose, Tess. 2, 3. Very cool. So we're going to dive into some of to the energy center regarding purpose today, and also talk about how we express our purpose through each energy center. So we have the 7 energy centers, as you may be familiar with, and we express through each of these centers. So the root being a place of safety and security, with the affirmations starting with to be. And then we're moving up from the base of your spine into your sacral, which is your belly button, womb area, lower stomach. And that's to feel. This is where pleasure lives. This is where creativity lives, which can be, there's people that are artists that are expressing, or animation, or just the way that you write is an expression through your sacral. Also, your gut feeling, making decisions off of your gut instinct, lives within the sacral. Then we have solar plexus. So that is where your purpose is. That is where your purpose originates from, which is the affirmation to do. So think about inspired action. Think about movement and taking action, the doing. Then we're moving up into the heart space. The color green. To love is the affirmation, and we express ourselves through the things we love, the people we love, how we love. We're moving through the throat. This is the chakra that many people associate with expression, using your voice to speak. Do you use a conviction, like at the tone of your voice? Do you use conviction? Do you speak more softly? Does it change depending on your mood or who you're with? Then we're moving to the third eye, to see. In your mind's eye is also a way of thinking of this. How do you express yourself with your spirit? How does your spirit want to be expressed? And then also the crown. What is your connection to the beyond? What is your understanding? And how do you express your understanding to others? Also within these top chakras too, the mind also expresses itself daily with your thoughts. How are you expressing yourself to yourself? It's an interesting thought to think about. Okay, so expressing your authentic self.
So, as you can see, good. So when you found your purpose, the next step in pursuing your purpose is to express your authentic self, which is grounded in that purpose. So I'll just go to this. Yeah. So expressing your authentic self is expressing your purpose through all your energy centers. So basically, you're taking what you have in that solar plexus and expanding it to all the energy centers. So your whole body is expressing your purpose and your authentic self to the world. And so I'll just briefly go through the rest of this pyramid. So once you start in expressing, then you can, in your full body, then you can start to live your purpose every day. You can set intentions towards that and achieve real goals on the way to pursuing your purpose. And like a few of you mentioned in terms of what you wanted for today, you can start to structure your whole life around your purpose. So if you're expressing your authentic self in all your energy centers, then that's going to emanate out and affect who you interact with, who you speak to, how you speak, how they interact with you, what hobbies you do, what communities you connect in, and your career. How is your career allowing you to show up authentically in all your energy centers? How is it aligned to your purpose? And so that's how we can start to bring purpose to life, really. And yeah, so as Ryan mentioned, the purpose sits in the solar plexus. So I like to call it an inner fire. And so once you've harnessed that inner fire, you can utilize it and get the energy flowing up and down your whole core. And Rai is going to lead us through an exercise.
Yeah, beautiful.
But shouldn't all these chakras be open for that? You don't need them to be open?
Let me just go back.
I mean,
so
yeah, for me, for example, maybe the solar plexus is not open.
Yeah, and so I would probably say if something like the solar plexus is not open, it's probably because like there's more purpose work to understand what you're here for and how you're supposed to show up in the world and what you're supposed to do. And so part of this, the purpose work can help unblock that solar plexus chakra. And these chakras, yes, they can become blocked and unblocked with time. It can vary daily. And also they need rebalancing. And so different tools and techniques can be used to achieve that. Yes, ideally, to have a full expression of your authentic self, you're going to need all those energy centers unblocked and an upward and downward flow of energy. So connecting with beyond and earth and flowing up and down. So you're enacting what you're here for and understand what you're here for as well. So yes, 100%. But that's not to say we can't do the little things of the work to start to unblock them and get the energy to flow and move more.
Is there a process, or I mean, do you help in opening chakras, or?
Yeah, I do. There's different things. It depends on the chakra. I do a lot of heart focus work, helping people express in different ways. I do things like breath work and energy healing, which can all help. And things like saging and smudging can be easily done by ourselves. And they all help to just get the energy flowing and optimized in the body.
Thank you.
Some little things that I like to add in if I notice that I like to view it as underactive and hyperactive. And so if my heart chakra or my heart energy center is maybe more, I'm feeling a wall or I'm feeling blocked around that, I'll wear more, like I'll use color therapy and sound. And so I'll have a specific frequency that I'm listening to. And then also I'll be wearing green that day. And I literally, it's interesting to see my wardrobe change throughout the years with using color therapy. And I swear it really does help. Or the types of jewelry that you're wearing, or that maybe if you're into painting, other things like that, to bring in the different senses and how we can integrate that. Smell is also a great way to help you balance your energy centers.
And is there a way to find out which chakras are open or which are not?
Yeah, so there are some quizzes online. We're making one as well. But for me, an exercise that I like to do with clients is sit and visualize each of your energy centers if you are a visual person, and see for yourself. So you'll see which colors come through and which ones don't, and that's a really good indicator as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, so for example, when I go and sit on the beach and meditate or do yoga and shut my eyes and I'm on the sand, I get such a strong red that I see because I'm so grounded. And I don't really get that anywhere else. It's amazing. So there's things like that where the colors will come through more if they're in balance and you're harnessing that energy. And some you might not see that often. So that's a good indicator too. Also, I will say the exercise we're going to do next should help identify also which chakras could be blocked for you as well.
Great. Thanks for the questions too.
Yeah.
So question number 1, we'll take a moment. I invite you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and out. Taking another deep breath in. Feeling the gratitude for bringing yourself here today. And imagine you're living your purpose. You're living out your purpose. You feel fulfilled. Keeping your eyes closed. What does that look like or feel like to you? Who are you with? What are you doing? Where are you? Allowing you to be in this moment. If anything comes up, amazing. Just allow yourself to be and see if anything comes through. Taking a deep breath in and out. And imagine if you're living out your purpose, what are you doing? Feel free to share if anything came through for you in the chat or share through video.
I just had a vision of just basically my normal life, but it was just so much busier. Every day I had a schedule of like fun things to do. So I was just dividing my time up between like family, girlfriends, seeing parents, seeing friends, social life, this and this. And it was just like that every day. So just a lot of fun. Yeah.
Love that. So much connection too. It's great. Perfect. So the second part of this exercise is to write a statement for each energy center. So an example from Al's purpose exercise was, I am a leader and I see humans as multiple
Planetary species.
series. So as you can see, root is the I am affirmation. And so that I am a leader would be for the root energy center. And then for the third eye, it's I see. And so that would be an example for the I see. We don't have time to go through this all today, but I do invite you to write down affirmations for each of these energy centers, because so often we do I am, and that is, if you are into affirmations and journaling in that way, And that is only targeting the lower energy center of the root chakra, and that's safety, which is amazing. But bringing in pleasure and play and expression in all the different areas is really you'll feel a more holistic view of expressing yourself. Any questions on that one? No. Okay, perfect. Okay. And so something else to ask yourself when you're writing these out, if it is more difficult for you to write one, like maybe you get stuck at I love, nothing's coming up for you. That's a great indicator of maybe that your heart energy center is underactive, and there needs to be more intention to that energy center and more love and just focus on that one for a bit. So you'll be able to see which ones come through really easily for you and which ones are more difficult. And then you can kind of see where your energy centers are from there. And then what small action, number 4, what small action would it to take to make this more of a reality? Would it take to make this more of a reality? Yeah. Do you have an example for that one?
Yeah, so I speak might be I speak on in different ways might be one. I speak my truth in different ways might be a statement. And a small action related to that might be just expressing it in like maybe writing for the first time, writing like journaling every day, or making a reel on Instagram if about the topic you're passionate about if you don't usually do that. That might be quite a big action, but yeah, I was picking up the phone to someone and speaking about a topic that you would not usually talk about with them, for example. So and those micro actions really help unblock and get the energy flowing, and then you can build on that and get bigger and bigger, and get more and more confident in those affirmations of your authentic self. Because what we're doing here is identifying you embodying living your purpose and what it means to have your authentic self completely living out that purpose in all your energy centers. And so any that are not landing now and you think, oh, I'm not that yet, or I'm not that, they're probably going to be the ones you can make really easy steps in, and start to see big benefits in terms of your mindset and believing that you are that purpose, that person living out your purpose.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Thanks for that, huh? Okay. So thank you again, everyone. Ways that if you want to stay connected with us, I'm on Instagram, RiseWithRi, and Alister.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Man's Quest for Meaning. I'm also on LinkedIn. I'm going to be more active on there. And yeah, there's links in here to our link pops, which will give our websites and everything.
And then just want to share a little bit more about what we do. So Al has a Discover Your Purpose course that's launching.
Yeah, so I help people in one-to-one coaching to find their purpose, and I'm launching an online course at a significantly cheaper cost and aiming to get 10 people. And so you will find your purpose in a month. So 4 sessions, it'll probably be 2 hours worth of work a week, including that session. And that's launching on the 8th of August. So the details of that.
Beautiful. And then the VIP add-on.
VIP has meditations and journal prompts, which are really good ways to connect beyond speak therapy or speaking. And also there's a coaching session thrown in, so you can live your purpose after that. So move on to the next. Thanks, Tasha. Move on to the next pyramid that I showed. So actually bring your purpose to life.
Beautiful. And then for me, I help entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs launch their businesses, or if you're a current business owner, helping you expand your marketing initiatives, your expression in new ways. And so within the program, there's branding, like a brand kit, web design, like I said, marketing initiatives. And then we also have the energetic alignment. Business energetics is really something I'm passionate about. I've had 10 years of marketing experience, and then blending that with my spiritual side so that they can create a beautiful dance together and really take care of those unforeseen energies that impact your business and how you're showing up within your purpose. And there's ongoing support weekly, education and how-tos, and then we launch your business or relaunch your offers. So we still have 4 minutes left in here. We would love to answer any questions you have regarding our programs or the webinar today. And thanks so much, everyone, for being so open about sharing your purposes. It was so beautiful to hear.
Can I just ask about the chakras?
Yeah.
If they all have different purposes, say the throat chakras to speak. So if I want to speak, what should I do with the chakra to make it open?
It will be very basic, but the basic thing to do is just use your voice more. So whether that's reading books out loud, for example, when you're reading, so you're just getting, I mean, I used to read loads as a kid and I haven't up until recently. Chanting is I found really good because you're using different tones and that's impacting all your energy centers, but that can be good. Yeah, but the main thing is just using your voice more in whichever way you feel comfortable. So it could even just be speaking up more in social situations, for example, when you feel the urge, but you're like suppress it usually, just letting it come out.
Yeah, some things I'd add to that is like singing as well. I love singing, and so I find that helps me unblock using my voice in different ways. I would wear blue. I'm starting to use like blue markers more, and it just activates something else in my brain that I'm like not used to seeing because I usually avoid the color blue. And the other one that I was going to say was finding different herbs. I don't have any off the top of my head other than like cacao is really heart opening, and I find I talk more when my heart is open, and so cacao can be a really good tool, or other teas as well.
Okay.
There is also Wednesdays aligned to Mercury, which brings the energy of more expression. So Wednesdays
Mercury the planet.
Yeah, Mercury the planet, sorry. So that has an effect on Wednesdays. So Wednesdays you might feel more likely to express, or it's a good day to express yourself. So maybe doing something on Wednesdays, like expressing yourself in a new way on a Wednesday, for example. And beyond using your voice, it can be things like painting or writing. Like they're still like expressions of yourself.
Beautiful. Any other questions?
Tasha had one. Hi, Tess. Are there any books you recommend or podcasts?
Energy Medicine is a great one. Off the top of my head right now. Energy books. Yeah, Energy Medicine. I can send you some as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I will say there's a lot of content out there. I won't. In terms of a general one, I don't have a general one. I just say start to consume. Like there's even like on Instagram or like I'm not really on TikTok, but there's podcasts.
The universe is ours.
Ours is ours.
It's ours. And we're creating an ebook right now too. I feel like we're really in creation mode right now. That's why nothing's coming to our head because but yeah, I can send you some as well. Oh, the one book I'm reading right now is actually really cool. It's on Audible. I'll just pull it up quickly. It is called, and it also is intertwined with purpose. It is called Joy, Practically Speaking. It's a really weird name, but yeah, that's been really good and really good insights on that. So it's Joy, Practically Speaking. So there's science mixed in with the energetic. So it's really good for the logical brain and then the like woo woo. Oh, woo. That's another one. I do woo. It's called I Do Woo. That's a good one.
I do.
Yeah. Great. Thanks for the questions.
Any final questions before we wrap up? Okay, thanks so much for today. Hopefully we'll see you again. Thank you. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. And I hope you gained a lot of value today. If you do have any feedback, please do just drop us an email or drop it in the chat. That'd be great.
Or just, yeah. Or direct message us on Instagram. Yeah, active
Thank
there.
you.
Thank you
Thanks a
so
lot.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye, guys. Nice to meet you. Bye, Tess.